Let's meet at the library. Okay.
Hi everyone, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Okay, if I seem very nervous filming this, it's because one, I haven't filmed for BookTube in a very long time. Two, my condo is in the middle of some like major renovations, so I have been moved in with my parents' house for a week and it feels really weird to be in my own space again. And also I don't have all my usual things because half of my things are at my parents' house, so I had to like get ready without a hairbrush or mascara. And third of all, I had new windows put in today, so I'm filming with all of these lights in front of a wide open window with no blinds where anyone could look in and witness what I'm doing. So it's fine. I hope you like this different camera angle. This is my bedroom wall. Welcome. Okay, but enough of that rambling. We're here for a very exciting reason. I am announcing the third round of All the World's a Page readathon. Yay! So if you're not familiar with it, All the World's a Page is a readathon that I host with my lovely friends Kara from Wild Book Garden and Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. They're both incredible. Absolutely check them out. First of all, because they make great content, but second of all, because I'm only giving you a third of our prompts today, and you'll have to check out their announcement videos linked below to see the rest. So basically, All the World's a Page is a Shakespeare-themed readathon that we began to spread our love of Shakespeare around the world because everyone should love Shakespeare as much as we three do. So the first round was based on kind of familiarizing ourselves with Shakespeare. The second round was based on Shakespeare tropes. And our third round is themed around his three different genres, kind of plays. So I will be covering all of the history plays. I don't know why I said that so maniacally, but I had to. And then Kara will be talking about the comedies and Olivia Savannah will be talking about the tragedies. So like I said, when you're done here, go check them out. So typically we would be hosting this readathon in August, but this year we decided to move it up to April to honor Shakespeare's birthday. We don't actually know his date of birth, but we assigned his date of death to be his date of birth.
We do know he was baptized April 26th, so his birthday is celebrated a few days before, but it also happens to be his death day. Either way, he is a Taurus king.
Okay, so here are your need-to-know basics. One, it is happening for the entire month of April, so that's it. Two, we are incredibly lax. This is like one of the chillest readathons. You can double up your prompts, you can triple up your prompts, you can find a book to fit every single prompt, which I challenge you to do. It counts. You could read that one book and say, yeah, I kind of like owned this readathon. So absolutely yes. What else do you need to know? Oh, this year we have a bonus prompt. So you can take any prompt of your choosing and swap it out with the actual play that is the name of that prompt. So like if you don't like the Troilus and Cressida prompt, you could just read Troilus and Cressida. There you go. Also make sure you follow our Twitter account because we will be sharing things, retweeting, you know, anything we see related to the readathon. We also will be hosting a watch along, which is something we started last year that was so fun. This year we are going to be watching Ophelia starring Daisy Ridley, which is a Hamlet retelling, which I have seen and honestly I really enjoyed, which surprised me because I didn't love the book, but we won't get into that here. And that is going to be on Saturday, April 16th. Time to be determined. So that's another reason to follow the Twitter. And lastly, even though we've kind of divided ourselves into 3 teams, you don't have to stick with a team. You can do as many or as few prompts from each of the 3 categories as you want because like I said, we're here to have fun. There are no rules. We love Shakespeare and Shakespeare also hated rules. So let's rock and roll. And without much further ado, I make that same stupid joke every year, don't I? Let's get into my prompts. My first prompt is King John, for which the prompt is a quote, "Being great in act as you have been in thought." So read a book that you've been meaning to read for a long time, or that you've previously put on a TBR and haven't gotten around to yet. This is a prompt I always try to sneak into readathons because I have a lot of books that fit this prompt. Next up, Richard II, which begins a little, what's the fancy word they used? Tetralogy about the rise of the House of Lancaster in British history. So, in honor of that, read the first book in a series. Henry IV Part 1 handles the topic of legitimacy of rulership. So pick a book that has royalty or rebellion or maybe a little bit of both. Henry IV Part 2, Falstaff is the worst. I hate him, but I couldn't not include him in a prompt. So read a book that has a comedic relief type side character. Next up, Henry V. This play culminates in a battle, so read a book that has either a weapon or militant type word on the cover or in the title. So this may be like a knife or a dagger on the cover. It could be the word soldier, captain, war, any of those type of things. Get creative. Henry VI Part 1 alternates between England and France, so pick a book that has two settings. This can be as broad or as narrow as you want. Maybe you could say, this character goes to school, but then some scenes are also at their house. Or it could be, these characters live in England and then they travel to Narnia. Like, make it work for you. In Henry VI Part 2, ambition is very dangerous. So pick an overly ambitious book for your TBR that you don't necessarily have to finish within the month. But I think you should at least start. Henry VI Part 3 has some absolute gems from Richard, such as, "Why, I can smile and murder whiles I smile." So, in honor of him, pick a book featuring manipulation of any kind. Maybe it's a manipulative character, maybe it's magic where they can manipulate elements. Again, get creative. I believe in you. You can find something good. But for the play Richard III, I am not inspired by Richard III. I think you should read a book featuring any woman that you adore, real or fictional, because this play introduced me to Anne Neville, who is just an icon, a legend, someone who honestly I'm obsessed with. So this one's for you, Anne. Read a book about a woman you adore. For Henry VIII, which is a play that chronicles the time in which Henry VIII divorced Catherine, married Anne Boleyn, and had their daughter Elizabeth as a big, just kiss-assy move to Queen Elizabeth. Read any book that's dedicated to a woman. So literally flip to that dedication page. If there is a woman's name on that page, if it says "to my mom," whatever, it counts. For Edward III, a play which we don't really know the author of, but scholars have kind of agreed since the 1990s, yeah, it's probably at least partially written by Shakespeare. Read a book that was published anonymously or has more than one author. Lastly, to make our 3-team lists a little more even, we kind of divvied up the problem plays. So I have Troilus and Cressida, and because that book play, you get it, takes place in the Trojan War, read a book featuring mythology. Doesn't have to be Greek, could be any old mythology. There's so many of them. Wow, that is it. I filmed this in 13 minutes, and with editing it's even shorter, so like, I'm impressed. That's very concise for me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I am so excited to be going into another round of this readathon. It is so near and dear to my heart. Like, this is such a passion project for the three of us. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hopefully participating. And yeah, go watch their videos. Leave me a comment down below about what you are excited to read in the month of April, and you will see more from me soon. Bye.